So I came across this snippet from an interview of Kanye West, and the title of that video was "The Coffee Table Theory." Now, I watched this video a couple months back, and it has completely changed the way I view life and how I operate in day to day, in terms of the actions I take and what I think is necessary for my growth and progress. And it was such a great idea, and the amount of positive change it brought into me, I thought I should share it with you with a few pointers as well. So, what is the coffee table theory? The coffee table theory, according to Kanye West, was when you're a child, you go in a cafe, right, and you jump on the coffee table. Your mother, father, guardian, literally anyone who is elder than you or responsible, says, "Don't jump, don't do that," okay, and you don't do that. That's a setting, that's a new setting which gets installed in your brain to not jump on the coffee table, right? And similarly, there's a lot of cases of don't do's and do's which are implemented in you by people over the years, right? So basically, you go and you eat like too many burgers. You said that it's unhealthy, right? Fact of the matter is true, right? You're told to not drop out of college, right? And why? Because it's a no-go. That's what's been implemented, installed in your brain, right? And what happens is, by the time you're 40 years old, right, you get a wall full of coffee tables, all these installations, these little settings. And what happens is, by the time you're 40, your brain has been developed and has been influenced to such a point where it's filled with these coffee tables on your left and your right, right? And you have this little space to walk by, this little tiny little space where you can live inside, okay? Just try not to bash with any of these tables, okay? Because again, what has been told to you is that it's a no-go, you do not bash, okay? And another reference to this very concept was from a clip of Steve Jobs, right? What he says is this little place you find between all these coffee tables, that's a very limited life, right? And life can be much broader. Now, while I give you two very simple examples of do not eat this or do not drop out for a great idea you have, or like we have this preconceived notion that plumbing and all these activities which involve a lot of physical chore are looked down upon in society, which is completely not true. If you look at a lot of plumbing companies, these owners make a lot of money, more than you can think of, and you do not even like half of the people cannot even make half of the paycheck of what these plumbing companies make, but they still look down upon them, right? Because that's something which has been installed in your brain. So there's a lot of ideas. I'm pretty sure you as well, growing up, might have heard a lot of things which are the do's and don'ts installed into you by your parents, your teachers, literally anyone, right? You're like, one of the ideas which I completely hate is you're supposed to rote memorize. In school, I was supposed to rote memorize everything from the book, and just literally puke it out on the exam paper, right? And that's something which I could never do. The way I used to function, and I did not score bad marks, I was a decently good student. The way I functioned was I could never rote memorize. That was just not me. I did not have the skills and capabilities to literally copy paste things which are written in a textbook and puke them off on a paper. I'm a person who likes to understand things rather than just rote memorize them, right? So that never worked for me. But according to the standard, according to what school taught me, I was supposed to rote memorize, write the way it's written in the textbook, or else you're going to lose marks. Why do I need to copy the exact words, like literally the A's and the the's of a sentence? Why is it necessary? Who told us that? That's something which has been installed in your brain. That was something which was installed in my brain growing up, that I need to be successful, to score good marks. I need to memorize, write literally the things which are told. But I broke through that wall. I put my own ideas into answers when I was giving it to them, even in speeches, public speaking, answers, exams. I could never just copy paste. I need to understand and put my own ideas into it, and then form my own opinion and answer those questions. And teachers cut marks for it. I was often looked down upon, I was often scolded for not doing things a certain way, right? So that was just a quick example, but the idea which I want to come to is that by the time you're 40, like I'm just turned 19 right now, right? And I'm so happy that I've realized it. Half of the people, like more than half of the people, never. I don't even know the stats, right? But it's not even close to like more than half. It's like 90% of people never even realize the amount of preconceived notions which are being added to their brain, right? This was very similar with people back in the days with racism. They were told a certain race was not right and was supposed to be looked down upon, right? Who installed it? Hope that makes sense, right? So once you discover this little simple fact, right, that once you understand that you, after like so many years and the amount of notions where you're told to live between these coffee tables, you have this such a limited space. Once you realize the simple fact that sometimes if if you want to be a visionary, if you want to break through the society, be the part of those top 1% people, right? Even if you look at all the top billionaires as well, these are people who chose unorthodox ways, right? So once you realize that sometimes you just need to be fearless and to break the simulation, okay, you need to break through the coffee tables, something which was told you to not to do, right? If you want to live a different life than 99% of the people who are living it right now, you need to do that 1% of things which make you different. You need to break through those walls. I broke through that wall of mine at 17 when I started my own business, and I came across a lot of things. I was told that nobody would hire you. You do not have credentials, right? You don't have a degree. You don't have work experience, right? These are all things which were installed in my brain by people, but I broke through it. People pay me like multiple four figures to work with me, right? Sometimes even five figures in terms of contract lengths. And people have paid me multiple five figures in USD to just work with like an 18-year-old, right, who does not have any work experience, any corporate experience, who does not have a degree. They're paid to work with me. Why? Because I offer them results. I offer them what they need, right? Instead of I broke through all these preconceived like things which were installed, that I need to have work experience, I need to have a degree to land high paying jobs, to land high paying clients. No, no, I don't need it. I broke through that wall and I realized that, right? So, like uh, everything around you, which you call life, you need to realize is made up by people who are no more smarter than you. These people made it up, and it's the bright part about this, and what you can do is you can influence it. Once you know the fact that everything around you, the table, the chair, my laptop, all the notions, all the societal terms on what's right and what's wrong was made up by people no smarter than you. That's something you need to get in your fact. You're very smart, or you're equally smart to those people who made all these ideologies, right? So once you realize that fact, what you can do is influence it. Influence this world which has been created by people, and make use of it in a smart way, where now you can build your own world that other people live in. Be a maverick, as Logan Paul says. Be a goddamn maverick, right? Have unorthodox views. Who's stopping you? People? Society? Those are people who were installed with those same ideas by people elder than them or before them, their ancestors, right? You have to be the one to break the cycle. If you want to do something different, if you want to be that 1% of people who influence the whole world, you need to break that cycle. Once you break that cycle, once you realize this whole, if you've seen the film Matrix, a lot of these ideas come very close to it. While that was very fictitious, the movie Matrix, these ideas are pure real, something I've experienced myself. And a lot of kids my age never get to do that, even like 5, 10 years older than me. They never get to see the world the way I view it now, and I'm so grateful for that. That I came across these ideas, and I was inquisitive enough to look into these. Right. So influence it. Once you have realized this world is made up by other people, all these ideologies, these are not right or wrong. These are just things which are being told to you by other people who think they are right or wrong, or according to them, how they have made it. You can make your own world. Who is stopping you? You can be the one making the rights and wrongs of your own world, and people will believe it because followers always do that. That's it, their tendencies, right? Sheeps follow. They go in a herd, right? Do not be a follower, be a leader. Make your own world, and people will follow it. Once you learn this entire fact, which I just discussed, your life will literally never be the same. And I hope this makes sense to you, and I want you to influence this is something which I influence and I use day to day in my own life, and I plan to use this. Be a leader on the other end of the curtain. Be the maker of the movie, not the watcher, right? And see how the world changes for you. See how different experiences you get to the as compared to the normal general public. Nothing wrong being a follower, but this advice, these ideologies are for people who want to be a leader. And this is a short way to be a leader, to influence, to literally leave a dent in the universe. Hope that makes sense to you guys. I hope after watching these videos, you think about this. You go to sleep, you think about this, right? And live your life. Do those actions according to this ideology, according to what you have just learned. Hope that makes sense. We'll keep on bringing a lot more ideas to you, which I've learned personally, because I feel knowledge increases when it's shared. That's how I learn my things, and that's how I hope you do too. So hope that makes sense. Bye bye.